Merry Christmas time. Let's get into our 12 days of Christmas games this year. Oh yeah.
This is the Charlie Brown Trim the Christmas Tree game. Let's check it out and see what it's all about. It's a cooperative game, but you can also just play it one player. So it's 1 to 5 players. It's a pretty intense game. It can be really hard to get all those ornaments on there without dropping the main ornament right off the top. So all that matters is keeping that red ornament on the tree. The goal obviously is to get all the ornaments on there. Once you do, you win the game. So it could be basically touching the ground as long as that main ornament doesn't fall. So setup is pretty simple. You start with the base of the tree. There you will slip a plastic part of the trunk through it. You twist it to keep it nice and sturdy so that when you put the rest of the trunk in there, it'll stay still without falling off. Then you'll be slipping bottom branches in first, followed by the middle, then the top. And to top it all off, you'll put the red ornament on top. Now, there was a default on 2 of the sets of branches on ours. This one was the middle and the top. We actually had to carve out a part of the plastic to actually get it fit through the trunk because it just wouldn't go far enough down where it's supposed to connect. So there might be a little default you might get every once in a while when buying this. The fact that the plastic branches may not fit on this flexible trunk, so if you have to carve it out, you got to carve it out. But once you slip it on there, what you carved out is really not noticeable. So just keep that in mind when putting the tree together, that you might have a little problems at first.
I'll take this little tree home and decorate it, and I'll show them it really will work in our play.
Now the tree will probably already come leaning. The rules do state that you're allowed to straighten this tree, so I would recommend doing so. It'll make the game a lot easier for you. With that being said, if it does start to lean a little bit before you even start, I would suggest probably putting the ornament facing the opposite direction it's leaning. That way, hopefully, to help balance it a little bit. It sometimes seems a little pretty easy at the beginning, but as further you go along the game, it becomes harder and harder to keep that tree straight. And you're very limited on what you could do based on what the die rolls. When you roll the die, you put a top, middle, and bottom, depending on what is rolled. Now, sometimes you may want to choose a character, say Snoopy, and those are probably one of the heaviest pieces. These are really best for if the tree's starting to lean. And then if you want it to lean more to one side, you put those on the edge of the branches. This one says top. See, now that I put one on the top like that, it's going to start to lean that direction. For when you place these ornaments on the branches, you can put 2 on the end, so where the leaves are, or you can put 1 on the branch section behind that, or 1 more towards the center in the branch section there. So the tree's leaning pretty heavily now. So again, we're going to try to put it on the edge. Now the goal is not to bump the tree, because you definitely don't want to make it lean more than it needs to. Now, as you go along, you're going to start running out of the middle gray ones, and you're gonna, no matter what, you're gonna eventually have to put the heavy ones. So just keep that in mind. Try to pace yourself on this, and it's pretty easy, fun for the whole family. See, now that was a bad idea, because if that ornament falls, we lose. Oh, they want to put it on top, so we're gonna take another heavy one and hope for the best. Come on, Lucy. Come on, Lucy. See if we can counteract that weight. Nope, nope, nope. It's leaning even more. Better get some more towards the bottom or we're going to lose this. Middle. Let's get... Ooh, ooh, ooh. It's going to fall. Don't fall. Ooh, it's so close. These stars ornaments are what you use if you don't like what you roll. I just don't like the way this keeps sending me. It keeps either sending me to the top or the middle. I need to put some more on the bottom to even this out. So I would suggest using those sparingly until you get closer to the end, where you'll definitely need them to help balance them. Of course, they are the lightest of the ornaments, so when you use those, it doesn't make a big difference. But when it comes to the end of the game, every little ounce or less than an ounce makes a difference in which way it leans or not. So just keep that in mind. With that being said, it can be pretty difficult sometimes to actually keep this tray balanced. The first time we played, I believe we lost.
I've killed it.
So we had to play it again. This game is not as easy as it looks, and yet it's actually not that hard either. Just remember, again, take your time. Oh no! So when the rule says when you drop an ornament, if it falls off, you must place it again on another turn. If not, the big red ornament falls off, the game's over. So we lost 2 ornaments. We must place them again on another turn. Now, or 3. So I take it that means just next time someone rolls, you just put an ornament on there. I don't think it necessarily means you have to put like 3 or 4 on that turn. So it says bottom, so we're going to put 1 on the bottom and just move on as such. This game does go from anywhere from 1 player, so you can play this all by yourself, all the way up to 5 players. I've only played it a few times, but sometimes it is better to actually have more than 1 player, just for the fact that, you know, if you lose, you won't be blaming just yourself. It's a game that anyone can play. Of course, the best thing to do is have a steady hand. Now, you're not really supposed to touch the tree when you're placing these ornaments, so you just got to take your time. There's no rush in this game. Just do what you can. Of course, sometimes when the tree starts leaning, the more nervous you get, the more shaky the hand, or the faster you feel like you have to place it, because once it gets closer and closer for that ornament to fall, that's when sometimes the time actually does make a difference. But for the most part, just take your time, keep a steady hand, and it can be pretty fun. This game, the goal is to get them all on there, and if you do, you got 18 and it says behold. 14 to 17 is a nice tree. 10 to 13 is not bad at all, really. And 0 to 9 is good grief. So this game is up to 5 players. So again, if you got a group of friends or a family get together or whatever, you could play up to 5 friends. So get your friends that are into peanuts, or even if you're not into peanuts, this game is still fun. It's a great game for everyone. That's it for the Charlie Brown Trim the Tree Christmas game. It's a fun game. I recommend giving it a try. If you want to see more of our 12 Days of Christmas, this is just the first one. Please stay tuned for the remaining 12 games of Christmas as we count down our way to Christmas. This game is pretty fun, pretty quick, and it can be pretty challenging. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.